Hey guys, welcome back to another Killing Floor 3 video, and what I have for you guys is my level 30 full build breakdown at level 30 for Hell on Earth difficulty. I have had multiple completions now, 6-player co-op on Hell on Earth. I don't normally play solo, so this is just for team-based medic um, build for what you want to do in medic. And let's get right into it. So first off, let's talk about the operational budget. As you level up, you're gonna gain 50 dosh per level to your operational budget, and by the time you hit level 30, you're gonna have 4,200. What you want to do with this money is spend all of it once you enter a game, because none of the dosh that's left over from your operational budget, it's not going to be carried over to wave 1. So what you want to do is max out as much of the dosh as possible on your budget. But before we go into that, let's just go over the skills really quick and what I find to be very useful. So for Hell on Earth, it's chaotic, as you all know, especially with 6 players. It's like over 200 plus enemies every wave. Then it increases to like another 50 to 100. So it gets a little chaotic. So on my last video, I did a build when I was around like level 25 or something, and I didn't have everything unlocked, and I was really only playing on normal and hard, and it was good. It was a good starter build to get you going with the medic. But now let's dive into the Hell on Earth difficulty and just the mayhem and chaos that happens in these lobbies and with your teammates. So between Doctor's Bag and Healing Hands, I still think they're both useful. But honestly, on Hell on Earth, you're not gonna go um, revive people manually. You're gonna want to do so with your gun, which is why we take social distancing. However, the extra 25% health I've noticed is not worth it. Um, because you're gonna spam them with darts and they're gonna get the health over time anyway from the LF85. So you're better off taking Doctor's Bag, and sometimes if you're like the last one standing and you need to repair armor or your armor, your syringes will help you do that. And also your syringe bags will grant 2 syringes each, so you'll get more syringes than you get double the syringes basically for each bag. So we're gonna go with Doctor's Bag. For level 4, honestly, I didn't really like gas expansion as much. So you can either go Call of the Week or Waste Collector. I would say go Waste Collector because after the grenade is done, it'll leave waste for 20 seconds. And if you're out of syringes, you can just literally go pick it up. Now on Hell on Earth, depending on your placement, if you're the last one standing, I don't think you're going to go back for the waste. But if you're grouped together with all of your teammates and you throw a grenade because you kind of ran out of syringes, you could collect the waste. It's a little safer to collect the waste in that regard. Level 6, I was rocking Power Surge, but I didn't really notice a big damage difference, so I started going with health benefits, and which is good because I think you're not overhealing with the Sanctum. So even if enemies are attacking you guys, you and your teammates within the Sanctum, you're still healing through it, but not at a more rapid pace. So by the time it ends, it'll just shoot out. You know, everybody will gain an extra 25 health for anybody that's within the radius of the Sanctum. And obviously, when we upgrade it all the way, I'm pretty sure this number turns into 40. So that's 40 health for everybody. Level 8, you know, I was messing around with stronger prescription. I really, what's really 30%, especially if you're spamming darts with the LF85 or even the healing gas grenade from the grenade launcher from the MP6. I don't think this 30% is makes that much of a difference. Of course, healing makes a difference. I'm just saying, I don't know if the 30% is gonna make or break someone not going down. So, and I realize that the medic has an issue with damage unless you take a Vulcan with your medic. That's the only way you can keep up with damage. But obviously, we're not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the Vulcan. I'm not on the Vulcan bandwagon. So I want to play the medic the way it's supposed to be played, with the weapons that it's assigned to it. So that's how I play. You guys could take that or leave that, but this is just my opinion. So we actually went with Biohazard, and you'll do 25% increased weapon damage to enemy flesh and Mire hit zone. So I mean, we all should be hitting the head. So that's an extra 25% weapon damage to the weak points. Level 10, we get an extra grenade. Level 12, we kept Outreach Center. You want the field radius to be 30% bigger. Don't think we don't need burn unit. I tried it. By the time the last like 10 or 12 enemies, it's all elites anyway. So we went with the radius. Level 14. Now this is where I'm still debating. I like both of these. I like Symbiosis. I like Painkiller. Honestly, if you're running solo, obviously you're gonna take Symbiosis. If you're running in a team, you could take one or the other. Sometimes, if you're the last man standing, you need Symbiosis to kind of heal yourself. But they hit so hard that they'll chunk it right away. So I've been rocking more now with Painkiller, especially in team-based, in the team play style, because as you're healing your allies, or even if you revive them, they're gonna come back with a 20% damage reduction for 10 seconds. Or anybody who's face tanking elites, they'll have a 20% damage reduction. The medic should always be right behind the front line. What happens is like people kind of separate, they go off on their own, and you really can't do anything about that. But if you guys are in a good team with communication, you have your ninjas or your firebugs tanking in the front, yeah, you're gonna see a lot of value out of the 20% damage reduction for your teammates, because then you wouldn't be getting hit, and you don't need to heal yourself. And plus, you got syringes with your waste collector, so if you run out of syringes, you heal yourself with a syringe, and you gain armor. You pick up another syringe from waste collector, and there's the cycle. So I've been doing stronger. I've been doing a painkiller more now. I'm not using grenades for healing anymore. Not really. I just don't think it's worth it. People run out of the grenade anyway. So we're using the grenades more so as a like a support-ish type grenade. So we went with anesthesiast. We're gonna slow the enemies, and they're gonna attack more slowly. So this provides a lot of support for your damage dealers to get their shots in. We're level 18. We're still taking steroid injection. More damage. More. The game is damage, unfortunately. So you gotta kill as many things as fast as possible, and giving 20% weapon damage to all your allies in the bubble just helps to eliminate elites, especially elites, a lot faster. So level 20 now. Again, this is such a toss-up. You know, as a medic, we should be aiming to not let your teammates go down, but unfortunately, people go down. And I'm liking the LF85 a lot more now, but the darts are still sometimes a little janky. It's not hitting what it's supposed to hit. You get enemies that body block, you get teammates that body block. But if you're able to get those darts in to your downed ally, it makes a heck of a difference, because you'll be able to revive them. Now, sometimes, people go down, and right away they'll get executed. So, you can't really do anything about that. But if everybody's grouped together, you could revive them in like the first 2 seconds. By the time you notice them going down, or by the time they go down, and then you revive them with your darts. So honestly, I still prefer social distancing. Obviously, if you're solo, you're gonna take strength in numbers. But yeah, I mean, they're both good, right? 25% reduced damage is really good for you, because then you won't go down as easily. But manually reviving is a pain in the butt too, especially when you're getting outswarmed. So I'm still taking social distancing. There is value out of strength in numbers, and that is when we'll go over the weekly mutation missions that resets every week. Get another grenade here at level 22. We still have Storm Shelter. You want to have the Sanctum up as long as possible. 26. I got away from chemical reaction, and I did not like heal and deal. Chemical reaction only works if you get the kill, and yeah, you'll get some kills, but it'll only activate 30% of the time, and the gas only lingers for 5 seconds. I think you get more value out of damage plan, because whenever you heal your allies, they're going to get a weapon damage increase. So at base, it's 20%, and I think this goes up to 30. So 30% weapon damage for 5 seconds, I would say, makes a heck of a difference. Now, heal and deal. I do not like this. I do not like this at all. This really only works for the VS11, your pistol, and the LS, the LA, the LS85, right? LS85. Hold on. Yeah, LF85. Sorry. Now the healing grenade launcher does not proc the weapon damage buff. So if you heal an ally with the healing grenade launcher from the MP6 or the biomorphic projector weapon, you will gain the 10 stacks of healing. However, for some reason, it's not going to consume the stacks if you're healing an ally. So if you use the grenade launcher, the healing grenade launcher, it's going to attack enemies as they come into it. You're going to gain stacks, up to 10. But if an ally is also in the healing grenade gas from the healing grenade launcher, you're not going to get the weapon damage bonus, because it's supposed to consume all the stacks and then give you the it's supposed to consume the stacks whenever you heal an ally to increase the heal, but you're also, when you heal an ally, you're supposed to get a weapon damage buff, and it's not doing it for some reason. I don't know if it's a bug, but heal and deal does not work with the healing grenade launcher to its full effect. So I would advise everybody to stay away from heal and deal, unless you're strictly using the LF85. But again, I like damage plan a lot better, because you pop one, you're popping the your face tank teammates that are doing all the damage. So you're gonna give them 20% increased weapon damage. You're gonna give them 20% damage reduction. So that's really good. 28. We're gonna go with the lingering cloud, because the longer the cloud stays up, the longer the enemies get enfeeble. So again, this is just supporting your teammates and just controlling the field. And then we're gonna take double dose. I really like this this skill. What you could do is, this is about, let's see, the Sanctum is about 8 seconds, and maybe the Sanctum, I think, on base is like maybe 10 seconds. So that's 18 seconds, roughly. So around the 15-second mark, after you place your first one, you could place a second one before the first one ends, and then that'll be another 18 seconds of strength and number steroid injection. So you'll have a lot of uptime with steroid injection. So I really like double dose. Trying to resuscitate somebody, you got to run over there before they get executed and then put it down. But then, like, you could pick it back up, but then it'll go back on recharge and you got to wait. So it's not like you could like spam this or anything like that. So that's so now let's go into the weekly mutation challenge. So when you highlight over the weekly mutation, basically the main thing is the no revives. So if you're not able to revive, what do we take? We're going to still keep Doctor's Bag. You should still keep Biohazard, but what we're going to do is We're gonna take painkiller, and then this is where you take strength and numbers. Honestly, for your weekly mutation, you only change this. You want to take strength and numbers because you don't want to go down, right? You want to stay up as long as possible. I think that would be the only change I would do if it was the weekly mutator mission. There's really nothing else I would change from here because you can't revive. So what you want to do is survive as much as possible. So if you want, you could take also symbiosis because that'll give you some sustain. But again, I don't think you need to. So unless you're always the last man standing, then symbiosis and strength in numbers would do really well together. So yeah, so that's it. I just wanted to touch that really quick. And now let's go with the weapon. So as I said, we start with a 4,200 operational budget. And what you want to do, honestly, for Wave 1 on Hell on Earth, you want to max out your VS11 with 5 attachments. And here on the bottom right, the perks you want is Squad Strength and Combat Coordination. What Squad Strength does gives you a 1% bonus damage for each teammate within 10 meters. And Combat Coordination is an extra 3% bonus damage within 10 meters of at least one teammate, which you will be. So I have 3 instances of Squad Strength, so that goes up to 15%. If all 5 teammates are near you, of course, that's a 15% damage bonus plus another 6% from the 2 Combat Coordination bonus perks. So why you want to max out your VS11? Because you get to sell it at the start of Wave 2 or before Wave 2 starts, and then get your LF85 or your KNW. I kind of moved away from the MP6 on Hell on Earth because the healing gas grenade, still viable. You can still revive on Hell on Earth, right? And I've noticed that there is a bug with the healing grenade launcher. If you revive somebody with the healing grenade launcher and then they go down again, for some reason, and this is a bug and it needs to get patched because this is not intended, but they will automatically get revived without you doing anything. So I noticed that with the healing grenade launcher. Honestly, because of this bug, the healing grenade launcher is pretty strong on Hell on Earth because everybody's going to keep getting revived automatically without you having to do anything. All they need to do is get revived once with the healing grenade launcher, and then the bug stays for the rest of the match. So anyway, you want to max out your VS11 and then sell it right before Wave 2 starts. So that way you can get your LF85. Now we have 2 weapon loadouts, but here for Waves 2 through 5, you want your wave-based LF85. And again, you want Squad Strength and Combat Coordination. You need to do damage as a medic as well. You need, I've been noticing, I wasn't putting up the damage numbers as everybody else. I was pretty much 5th or 6th, and I had to make some changes because the more damage you put out, that's kind of like the more support you're helping out the entire team with damage, right? So especially with those elites. So you want the biomorphic boosted battery, and then have Squad Strength. You want the Cold Fusion Converter. You want the second battery booster, and then the reflex sight, and then the overclocked receiver. I think this is one of the better loadouts for the LF85 as far as waves 2 through 5. Once you hit wave 6 on the boss, we're going to switch to our boss weapon. With boss weapon LF85, which has Stumblesome biomorphic boosted battery. I really like Stumblesome because the stumble power helps you, stumble the boss, and I've seen it happen multiple times, and it provides good CC, as a medic. You want the Cold Fusion Converter, right, to add freeze, the foregrip, the reflex sight, the second battery, which will give us more darts in our LF85. It'll go from 30 to 40, but we'll be using 2 darts instead of 1 because of the biomorphic boosted battery. So technically you'll have 20 darts, but that's still enough because you're going to be doing a lot of healing as well. So what you want is boss buffer on the cold fusion converter and boss buffer on the secondary battery booster. What buffer does is damage from bosses is reduced by 5%, and we have 2 of these, so you'll have 10% damage reduction from bosses. And then for the reflex sight, we're going to have boss bash team up, where teammates within 10 meters of you would deal 5% bonus damage against bosses. And we have 3 of these. So that's 15% damage bonus to bosses for your teammates per teammate, right? So each of your teammates will be getting a 15% damage bonus to bosses. And then if you really want to rock the MP6 as well, I have the same setup. Boss Buffer and Boss Bash team up with Stumble some acidic ammo, because acidic ammo helps with Impaler as well. So this is what you would want to rock as well, if you have enough Dash, of course, to get both of them by the end of Wave 5. Also at the start of Wave 2, let's go over. You want to sell your VS11. Grab your LF85 wave-based weapon for waves 2 through 5, and you want to grab your KH38. And what we have here is just 2 mods, instant heal darts and dart recharger kit. I have squad strength and combat coordination. Honestly, I don't think it matters because you're not really pulling out the pistol for anything but to spam the darts in case you run out from your LF85. You want to pick this up on wave 2, and you want to pick up your wave-based weapon on wave 2. And then there you go. So that's the build. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys are enjoying the content and the game. Catch you guys on the next one.